This is an old magazine. It's Action Figure News and Toy Review Lee's. It's a really nice magazine, and it's number 12, I do believe. Yep, so it's from about 1993. And this one's heavily features Star Trek figures, so it's got the Playmates there, and it goes on to Mego figures. So Action Figure News and Toy Review. And the editor was Leonard J. Lee, so it's called Lee's Action Figure News. And this is my favourite action figure magazine of all time. So it's issue 9 that had Star Wars figures featured in it, the vintage figures, and that just got me into starting to collect them. So 93. So got Nightmare Before Christmas, Coneheads. Then you've got Star Trek, A Galaxy of Collectibles, so they're talking about the Mego figures there. And then you've got some really rare figures here. You've got the Romulan there, that's a holy grail of the 8-inch line. It's just been reissued. And then you've got the alien figures there, these 6 aliens. So you've got the Betelgeuse, Xanarite, Megorite, Arcturian, Rigelian, Klingon, and the 6 human characters, but it's the aliens that are really rare in the line. So out of this lot, I need to complete the set of 6 loose. I need graded. I need the Rigelian, this reptilian one, and the Betelgeusean. Betelgeusean's probably the hardest to find. Then you've got some of these little Micro Machine Star Trek figures. The 8-inch Mego figures. I just recently got the 8-inch Klingon 2nd series figure. More Star Trek, the motion picture figures. So I actually had the Spock from way back when. That was a long time ago. Then you got stuff about the Coneheads. So that was when the Coneheads was in theatres. Dan Aykroyd, Jane Boulder. Then you've got some advertising for Star Wars figures, and what's amazing about these is the prices. Like you've got a Leia, $125, Sand People $5, $85, sorry. Han Solo $125, 21 backs, Power of the Force, Mana Man. They haven't got the Yak face. Return of Jedi figures, $20 for an Admiral Akbar. Reuse $20. So these are the prices back in those days, 1983. Tri-Logo Yak face was $175. There's the Kenner Alien, 18-inch figure. It's quite a legendary figure. Remco Monsters. So a lot of this magazine's black and white photography. As the magazine, went on, it had more and more colour photography, but it's still a great magazine. It's great to see all these old action figures. So you've got more of the monsters there. Then you've got the actual price guide, so it talks about what's hot and what's what you should be investing in. Then you've got the Star Wars price guide. So in those days, the Princess Leia was $115 on the Star Wars card, Han Solo $225. Where there's a plus, it means the figures increased in price. The jar the plastic cake was $375. Look at all the prices. So 12-inch figures. IG-88 was $450, Boba Fett was $225, $275. Boba Fett there was $275 on a 21 back, $75 on an Empire Strikes Back card, $55 on a Return of Jedi card. So all these figures back in the day. TIE Bomber was $850. Die-cast TIE Bomber. I mean, look at that. Yoda Orange Snake was $30. Brown Snake was $30. $35 on Empire card. Prices in those days were so low. Now they're just, for hundreds. Return of the Jedi prices. $22 for some of the figures. And then we've got the last 17. Let's see if we can find the last 17. Power of the Force, yeah. So Yak Face was 250. They haven't even got them on Tri-Logo yet. They've just got them on Power of the Force. Anakin Skywalker was 190, and he's actually harder to find than Yak Face. Then you've got other figure lines. Lord of the Rings, they're the Knickerbocker figures. They're worth a fortune now. Very rare. Police Academy, Star Trek. So it's nice to go through a magazine that's about 25 years old and, you know, think, why didn't I buy it then? And there's more about Star Trek. More about the monsters. So it's a really in-depth articles here, so, you know. And then Star Trek again. So you've got the Klingon on card, the 3.75 Klingon. Ertl Star Trek 3 figures. Then the Next Generation Galoob figures. These didn't last that long. Weren't successful really. And then you've got the Star Trek 5 figures. These 4 are, if you're going to get the Galoob figures, are the ones you want to get. Antiken, Ferengi, Sile and Q. And there's a Enterprise diecast. Play sets for the Galoob figures. So each little bit of writing talks about a certain character from a certain line and what's the pros and cons of the figures. And then we go into Playmates, and this, before the reissue of the Star Wars figures in '95, was like a really successful line. So yeah, it's just nice looking at all the old stuff and the old adverts in toy stores. So this guy was selling Return of the Jedi figures for real pretty cheap, $12 each. And then Return of the Jedi figures there. These are trilinguals. You could get an Anakin for 25, Rourke for 30, Emperor for 35, Luke Poncho $50, Gamorrean Guard on Jedi cards 5 for $30. Empire Strikes Back figures. R2D2 original $30. That's very cheap. Imperial Commander 20, Lobot 20, Bespin Security Guard Black $20. Then we've got Power of the Force figures. A-Wing Pilot was 40, Barada was 40, Imperial Dignitary was 30, Biker Scout was 25, Rourke was 25, and so on and so on. ATSD Driver was 25, B-Wing Pilot was $15 back in those days. Let's see if they've got any 12 backs. Maybe, maybe not. It's great to look through these old adverts. And then you've got some classifieds, show listings. Got another advert here. Other toy lines, G.I. Joe, Star Trek. So the Megos 8-inch Kirk and Spock were $40 each. The Klingon was $50. Whereas now the Kirk and Spock are worth more. Certainly a lot more than the Klingon. Other Star Trek Playmates figures. Some of the packaging. G.I. Joe. And then more adverts for figures. So that's your 1993 issue 12 of Action Figure News and Toy Review by Lee's. Great magazine. Really nice. Great cover as well. Okay, I've got a few more of these magazines. I might show you them. I'll see how this video does. Alright, cheers, bye.